Hello everyone, this is Dion Sol. I hope everyone is doing well, and as you see before you, we are looking at the interface of Air Hauler 2 by Just Flight, and the actual creator of Air Hauler 2 is Sloppy, but Sloppy has created Air Hauler series, and he has now made it for X-Plane 11, which we are, a lot of us in the X-Plane community are pretty stoked about that. It's been a long time coming. What Air Hauler 2 basically is, in a nutshell, is it's an economy module that gives you purpose to your flights, allowing you to fly from destination to destination, make virtual dollars with it, and then grow your business up. You have two business modes. You have career mode, where it's all about you, and then you have a virtual airline mode, where it's all about you and the virtual airline as well. So it's worth checking out if you want purpose for your flights. I highly recommend it. So far, I'm just learning all the nooks and crannies, and because of that, I decided to go ahead and give Mr. Bug Eater 64 some love over on his YouTube channel. He's got 422 subscribers, which is awesome for him. That's just beautiful, and he has got more time into Air Hauler 2, and so I'm just directing all of the all the details of Air Hauler to his channel, because he goes through it a lot better than I do, because he's had it for a lot longer via Purrrade 3D. Because it's been out for Purrrade 3D, which, as you can see right here, for quite a while, and he's had that a lot longer, so he's had more time to mess with it. So as far as all the nooks and crannies of Air Hauler 2, I'm definitely deferring to Mr. Bug Eater 64. So, but in this flight, it's all about just having fun and flying the aircraft. And as you can see right now, we are looking inside the cockpit of the aircraft that we're going to be flying today. But we're going to go ahead and log in to Air Hauler 2, which is my company, Solo Swings. And I'm also going to create a virtual airline eventually. I just haven't done it yet. And over here, we're looking at our office. What's pretty cool about this office thing right here, what I found so far, is you can actually go in here and do an office design and actually create your own office interface right here, and put all the hit boxes in your particular spots, yada yada yada. And just so if I wanted to, I can go to KWJF in Lancaster once this the beer bug is all over with, and we're coming back to normal, and then actually have put the kit boxes in and actually create my own office that's based on a real world photograph, which would be kind of cool. But anyway, so we only got one airplane, which you can see right here is the Panthera, and the reason why we got the Panthera, it's hard to spell. It's the Pipistrel aircraft company, Pipistrel, and the reason why I chose the Panthera is because the airplane is a great starter aircraft for me anyway, for Air Hauler 2, and so I picked that, and I did pick it up over on the xplane.org store for $24.47, and as well, it's a nice starter generation airplane. It's only 3 passengers, but it carries, according to Air Hauler, it allows you to do up to, when you take out the seats, up to 900 kilograms of cargo, and that's really nice. Now the magic number in Air Hauler 2 is a little over 1,000 when you're starting out a new company. So if you're able to get an airplane that actually has anywhere between or up to 1,500 kilograms of cargo out of the box, that would be a more ideal. But Aerobass has done an outstanding job with this airplane, and again, because of the Memorial Day sale, because today is Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day, and definitely big shout out to all of our veterans who, through the years, that have served the United States and other countries around the world. If you celebrate it the same day that we as Americans do, we definitely appreciate your service. Pipistrel, is an aircraft company that's been around for a while, and they've created a lot of airplanes, and this airplane is really a nice airplane. It's very, very detailed airplane. and you'll see it in the course of the video. Is it study level? No, no, it's far from study level, but it's a good representation of an aircraft that you can have a lot of fun with and enjoy. Let me get back over here to Air Hauler 2. And so that's the Pipistrel. That's what we have. It's only 3 passengers, but like I said, that 900 kilograms of cargo makes things nice. Let me go back over here. We'll go over here. And so where we're flying today is we're flying from KWJF to L22. And L22 is right here, which is in Yucca. So it's Yucca Airport. I've been there. There's probably about, I think there's 2 7-Elevens there. I never saw the airport, so I don't know in the real world. And that's 29 Palms Highway right there. But yeah, so we'll be flying over to 29 Palms area. And so we're going to be a nice little fly over Big Bear, and just head on right on over. And we got a back and forth. This is a rarity, but it works out where I can deliver bakery goods. See my wife, because she works as a baker over at Stater Brothers. We're taking, we're going to simulate taking 863 pounds of baked goods that she baked out of her loving hands to help out everyone, and I'm making this up as I go along, so bear with me. And then we're going to sit there and flip back, and then we're going to take some soft drinks. So I guess there's probably a bottling company sitting over here in Yucca, which there's not, but we're going to simulate there is. And so we're going to take these soft drinks back to Lancaster, because it is hot here in Lancaster, California, and where I think our temperature is going to be 32, 38, something like that degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is. Probably in the 90s, whatever in the 90 degrees range is for in Celsius conversion. But it's going to be warm, so we got to get those soft drinks back over here to Lancaster to satisfy the thirst of all the patrons here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump back into the sim here. And as you can see, this is the interior of the Panthera, I think it is. You can see there's a soft drink right there. And excuse me. Static the image real quick because I have to cough. I'll be right back. All right, coughing spell out of the way, and we'll jump over here to outside. And here's my paint scheme of the Panthera, the Pipistrel Panthera. And as you can see, it's one that I got off the xplane.org download section, and then I kind of modified it and made it called it my own. And as you can see, I feathered in a panther on the back half of the quarter panel here, and then I also did the same thing on the other side, which I thought turned out pretty well. I think that blended in really nicely. Also changed the from what the original guy who painted this airplane. I added my November 66 Delta Mike in there, along with the U.S. flag, and the changed the color of the wheels to yellow to match the yellow spinner, and they're also chromified, so they will shimmer in there. What Aerobass did with this is they really made this airplane shine. I mean, looking at that quality of the windows is top notch. This is one of the better window reflection designs. They did a real outstanding job. You can see the reflections of what's behind me off of the windshield, and sometimes, most of the time, they're not as detailed, but in this case, I don't know what they did to make it look so good, but it really is impressive. You can see the the terrain behind the camera angle right here behind me, and how it's reflecting off of the windows, which is really, really cool. The airplane does 200 knots, and so the airplane is really a nice airplane to fly. So I'm getting the best of both worlds. I'm getting some decent speed going to these destinations in Air Hauler 2, and then also the decent cargo. I can get up to, like I say, about 970, 950 along in there kilograms of cargo. It does in Air Hauler. It thinks there's no seats in there, even though there is. But it's all in all, it's a fabulous aircraft. Really, the paint job was a really nice paint job. The guy did an outstanding job, and like I said, I just added a couple of things just to call it my own, and because I like it, I think it's really, really cool. So without further ado, let me go ahead and we'll go ahead and get back into air hauler over here. So we'll go back over here. Also, too, as a side note, you know, you could use this airplane. It's got a lot of functionality with VATSIM or Pilot Edge or AVAO, those online services if you want to fly online. It has a lot more, you know, ability to be able to easily communicate with those online services. Today's flight, we're not going to do that. We're just going to be concentrating on just getting the job done from point A to point B. I don't want to add that extra layer of complexity right now until I'm actually more comfortable with the aircraft, because the aircraft is new to me, along with also air hauler. In other words, I want to be able to use these things like the back of my hand, and then I will add that extra layer, and that's common sense. You want to do that with everything. So we're 11 minutes into the video here, so let me go ahead and get this thing ready to go, and we will go ahead and accept our missions, and we'll go ahead and head on down to Yucca Valley here and make this thing happen. So without further ado, let me go ahead and because we've already picked where we're going to go and what we're going to do, we're just going to hit just fly now, because they fly now. Your aircraft is not at the starter location. Okay, fine. I don't know why it says that. I know why it says that, because I've clicked on the wrong one. So we got to cancel that out. We got to go over here. There. Now we click on this starter location. There we go. And you can see I already moved the baked goods that was baked by my loving wife into the cargo already. We've already got 38 gallons of fuel already. We've got 12 pounds available of extra cargo space, which we're not going to mess with, so we're going to leave it as is, and we will go ahead and take off here. And I don't know why it says we're taking off at runway 1. KWJF is either runway 6 or runway 24, so we'll get the ATIS and we'll get the real deal here in a second. And we'll go ahead and brought up this next window, which is we're going to set our flight plan. So if we had ATC, it would automatically you put all this information in. But what we're going to do is we're just going to go over here to VFR, and because of where we're going, we'll go 9,500 feet, so we'll have just enough to get over the mountains, and we will do a direct. We'll hit add route, and now it's telling me. Now the reason why I'm getting this window is because I am going to. I got some various settings turned off in air hauler 2 that allows me to have a more manual mode, and which is going to make things extremely easier. So basically what I need to do now is I need to basically make my cargo and my fuel the same as what it says right here, or proximity thereof, by using the what they call network mode, which I'll show you once I get in the air. It makes it so it turns off all the mandatory stuff, the flags that, oh, well, you don't have the right memory, you don't have, or the right memory, the right fuel and the right cargo. It'll mess up your flight by using the network mode. It turns that off. In effect, you know, not exactly, but in effect, it kind of does that. So then that way it gives you more leeway. So anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, now that we see what we got over here, we'll jump over here, and then we will go ahead and get everything set up for flight. And we'll get rid of the cones, and it says we've got 145 PSI, so let me go over here, and I'll use the third-party app that's free. That is my oxygen bottle, and I will go, which is a third party by a different user, but you'll notice that this third party Flying with Lua application allows you to adjust your PSI, which is really cool. So it takes care of that. Build the bad boy up, and because it's just me and a bunch of cargo, it's just only one mask. So if we do go above 14,500 feet, we've got we're set in that regard. Now the fuel says 103 kilograms of fuel, and right now we are 55 kilograms of fuel. So if I take this on over to 100, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go over here, minimize that. 103, there's 109. 40, it's close enough. It's not you don't have to be absolute. As far as cargo, it says 469 kilograms. So right now we got 85. So if I go boom, now we've got 85. That's 160. I don't think I'm going to be able to fill it up, but we'll go ahead and put this in there. See, now we're going to be overloaded. I was afraid of that. So we'll just take one out. We're at 340 and it says 469 kilograms. So we're not going to be exact, but we'll be in the neighborhood, and the flight won't fail. So because of using the network configuration thing, it basically is for this. It's for the fact that it's supposed to accommodate airplanes that have their own loadout screens like this. It makes it so I can, try to make it as fair as possible, but it's just not going to happen. You're not going to be 1-for-1 ratio. So we got that taken care of there. We'll go ahead and get inside the aircraft, and we'll go ahead and grab the key. It says right here. It says after flight, place the key back right here. We click on the key, close that up. Now the key's in the ignition. So that takes care of that. And we'll go ahead and close the gull wing doors. Make sure our doors are set. No, I can't reach that other one, so do over like this, and we'll go like this. Now the doors are locked and set. Good to go there. Fuel selector is already set for the left tank. Okay, well that's kind of scary. It should have come off, I guess, from the previous flight. We'll go all the way up. Fuel mixture and props all the way up. Crack the throttle just for a little bit, just so we have a little bit more than just idle. Start that engine up here in just a second here. We'll go ahead and turn on the GPU. The GPU going, so we don't have to waste our battery. Go ahead and turn on our master. And we have to turn on our avionics. And the reason why we got to turn on our avionics is because we don't have the ability to be able to see our engine, monitor our engine settings if we have the avionics turned off. That's our fuel, 1002, 1003. Okay, so that's plenty of fuel. Fuel is set. Beacon light is on. Navigation light on. So we're good to go there. And we'll go ahead and move that, our ignition, over to both. And then we'll go ahead and start the engine. And there we go. 1,000 RPM, and that's about where I want it. We got 1,000 RPM. We'll let the RPM charge up right here, and then we will go on from there. So we'll static this thing right here, and now we've got now we got started. So now we are going to Yucaipa, or Yucca Valley. So what I need to do now is I need to actually put in a flight plan. So that's our next course of action here. Get this set and ready to go. Alrighty, so now we go to our trusty Sky Vector here, and Sky Vector is going to have us leave the Palmdale VOR, go down vertical airway 137, and then hit Moron, and then Moron, because of Watongo Valley, I guess, I don't know, Moron, and then just cut across from there, and then we'll start descending once we get past here, because we got 3,500 feet at 11,000. We gotta get over the mountains to see where is. Okay, so this is Palm Springs, right? Yes, this is Palm Springs right here, and we got a little bit of Angeles Oaks. All right. Well, once we get past the, we'll start our descent, and because I like we're 3,200 feet. It's going to be our altitude, and what is our? No, we do not have a. So we're going to have to fly over, and then we'll have to look at the airport chart once we get there. We have no chart for the airport itself, so such a small airport. That's why Joshua Tree, Yucca Valley. All right, so that is our routing, where we're going to go and what we're going to do. So now I got to put that into the sim, which is going to be pretty simple. Just go over here, and we go KWJF, KWJF, if I can hit the right buttons. And then we're going to go direct to Palmdale. PMD. And then load airway 197, right? No, 137. 137 all the way down to Moron. And then I think here we have to go KL22 in order for it to recognize it. Yep, this isn't the Reality XP GTN 750. This is Aerobasca's out of the box GTN 750 and 650. So you got to put the K identifier in front of it. And we'll go ahead and pre-select our autopilot. Get our autopilot pre-selected and ready to go. Indicated airspeed, we're going to be doing 120 knots right here. Indicated airspeed. And then go back to here, make sure this is set. Okay, this is set. Now back over here. Our altitude is going to be 9,500 feet. And then our altimeter, I have to get that from, so what we're going to do is we're going to turn all our here, and we'll go in 12200.
Kilo Whiskey Juliet Foxtrot Airport information uniform 1456 Zulu weather wind calm visibility 10 sky clear temperature 18 dew point 3 altimeter 3001 advise on initial contact. You have information uniform.
I have information uniform and
Kilo Whiskey
Interface uniform, and our altimeter is set and ready to go. And because it was calm, I know from experience that we're going to be taking off from runway 6. And you can actually see on the left-hand side of the Dynon avionics that the winds are at 348 and 0, which is just calm. Now, the reason why you see a warning light here on this is because the servos are off, because I have the autopilot off. And I just turn that on. Boom. Now the autopilot is on, and we can get rid of the GPU or APU, or yeah, GPU. Sorry, ground power unit, graphical power unit. So we got that taken care of there. Everything is set. Let's see. We got to turn on our AC. Turn on our AC right there, and then AC automatic, AC fan. Fuel is set, fuel is ready to go, brake is on. Alright, we are ready to fly. All we gotta do now is jump back over here to Air Hauler and hit OK, and then it's going to say sure, yeah, and then I'm gonna come over here and it says receiving data, which is good. And if I jump over here, you see the little message screen that I'm gonna put over here so you guys can see it. It says start up and taxi, and then I will jump back over here. We've already pre-done that already, and we got receiving data. So this is all set. I don't have to worry about this screen now. All I got to concentrate now is just flying the airplane. So release parking brake, and let's go. Go to runway 6. Alrighty, we are back and we are ready to go. So now all I got to do now is just turn on all my lights. Make sure everything is on and operating. Turn on the fuel pump. Fuel pump is back on, ready for takeoff here. And I can't think of anything else other for me to do other than just take off. So release the parking brake and let's go. Got everything set. Autopilot on.
Autopilot on.
Autopilot on. Gonna get our speed up. Gear up. Turned a little early. Fly by. I like the sound. That sounds cool. Alright, that's off. Landing lights off. Obviously, because the landing lights are on low. So now we're set. Lancaster, California. Go ahead and lower the volume a little bit here. There we go. Simulate we got our headset on. Checking, make sure everything is good. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is once we get to the on final, then I will come back in and then we will do the landing. Get ready for our landing procedures. Alrighty, we are back. It's my plane now.
Autopilot disconnect.
Get rid of autopilot, get my gear down. Get ready to land this bad boy. Get the pitch trim back in sync. Go ahead and get some flaps one in here. Get the balloon effect. Get out of that balloon effect.
Approaching altitude.
Land this I'm curious to see how well this airplane, this flight model is with the experimental flight model, which gives you the more dynamic wind currents and stuff, and prop wash and all their happy stuff.
500.
Probably be a bad thing. Up again.
Minimums.
70 knots. Just doing minor corrections on the pitch trim.
$100.
And throttle.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Made it, but it was I missed my but I got it on the ground. Missed my touchdown zone, but I got it. And you can see the brakes are still sticking. Left, right. But I got it on the ground. Never been here before. And that's the advantage of air hauler and other flight economy modules. It'll take you places where you've never been before. I guess they don't have a terminal type thing, so we'll just go over here, I guess. I don't know if there's going to be a turnaround spot over here. I might be backing myself into a corner here. I don't know. Let's go take a look. Never, like I say again, never been here before. Looks like a neighborhood. Make sure we miss that car. And the building. I don't know if we clipped through that car or not. That's pretty cool. I don't know where the hell I'm supposed to be going there. Regrettably, there is no flight diagram, so I don't know. So we're just going to pick this spot right here and call it. This is where we got to deliver the goods. Brakes on. And we'll go ahead and turn off the fuel. Oh, fuel's the thing. And we got our message saying to... Now what they want you to do is they want you to quit X-Plane. And because of the fact that X-Plane takes so long to load for me, I would rather quit air hauler and then log back into air hauler than quit X-Plane. And that's what we're going to do. But at any rate, so now you saw the message over there. So now we're going to go back over here to air hauler. And then air hauler, we're going to go over here and offload the goods. There we go. And I believe, yeah, that was $5,100. And now we got $68,888. So now we're going to load that up. And it says interference capacity is left. Load that amount. I want to load it all. Okay, so then what I got to do is I got to unload it. Okay, and then I got to do partial load, and then I'm going to tell it to load it all. What that does is that, well, I guess not. It's going to make me. It's going to still have 66 left. Well, you SOB. So what that's going to do is that's going to make it so I have to fly back here. So I have to find another flight to back towards this area so I can come back and pick up the last little bit. So if that's the case, it is what it is. So that's those kind. So if that's the case, then I'm going to see what we got for fuel wise. Fuel wise, I still got plenty of fuel, so I think we're good to go for next time. For the next time, I think I'll do that next time. We won't do it right now because I'm going to end this video. So anyway, guys, well, I definitely this is basically air hauler in a nutshell. It's not as robust as like I said, is what my good friend Bug Eater 64, what William does, but it gives you the gist and the idea on what you do. And if you have problems such as if you're got more load than you do, you have to make multiple trips, which air hauler does, whereas the other flight simulation economy modules do not, which is cool, which is very good. So, and then in order for me to be able to get this receiving data back again, what I have to do is I have to actually quit the flight and then actually reload air hauler, close air hauler out, and then reload it out and then come back in and that sort of thing. But we're going to go ahead and just in this one, in this video here. I definitely appreciate you guys liking, subscribing. I saw I left all my stuff on. What we could do, if it'll let me do it, we'll see if it'll let me do it here. I'll go ahead and turn everything off, and then let's go over here and see if we can do our landing replay. Okay, here we are on final, so we're going to land right here, and you can see I'm slowly coming in, hand landing the aircraft as we are coming in here to Yucca Valley, California. Flaps are out, looking really good. Looking snazzy. Float, float, float a little bit, and boom. Very cool. Those are the brakes. You can see me, that's when I was feathering the brakes. Very nice. Very, very nice. Here we are in real time watching the passenger landing. Passenger view. Sounds harder than what it really is. But not too bad. Very nice. And we'll come in here to the rollout. I guess right on my which runway to land on, because you can see the sock. Very good. Very, very nice. Now we got the tail boom shot here. See how that works out. Turn down the audio just a bit. Flaps all the way down. Here on final here in Yucca Valley, California. There we go. Be a little squirrely. See it? Like I said, I got to work on those brakes. Try to get those brakes to be not as squirrely. Still very cool. Very nice. Well, very good. We have made it here. We made our little money, a little scratch for the company. So now I just got to regroup myself and then just do this all over again. So I definitely appreciate you guys watching. Definitely like, subscribe, and if you feel that my content is worthy, I definitely have some donation links in the description down below, and we'll just do this all over again and fly somewhere and make some money and build myself up to greatness. So we'll catch you guys next time on another exciting X-Plane Adventures, and ciao, see ya, bye.